That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up. Never gonna give, never gonna give. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up. Never gonna give, never gonna give. Never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna say goodbye. I'm never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up. Never gonna give, never gonna give. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up. Never gonna give, never gonna give. Never gonna give, never gonna give you up. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up. Never gonna give. Never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up. Gonna give, never gonna give. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up. Gonna give, never gonna give.
I wonder what went wrong today, eh? Why do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words to say, eh? To say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. We lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go, just let your body go, just let your body go and move to the rhythm.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Euros RL series. I am Danny Boy ATM, and joining me into the casting booth, it is a newcomer here into the casting world. Funny enough, you can see his name onto the top right of the infographic. It is the Cowardly Viking. Welcome to the casting booth.
Good evening, good evening. It's lovely to be here.
Yeah,
And
lovely.
nice to be in such veteran company.
Well, veteran company, we will have Solar gracing us with his voice in the second game, but we do have the opening one, Warlocks versus Shadows. So Viking, any lovely bit of information to open our first game of the series?
Well, most of you will know this is my first season with the ERLS. So I'm going to base it on who I've met. So, Much, nice guy. That's pretty much my insight on there. I know that Warlocks had a fantastic season last season, but I understand that their roster has completely changed out for this season. I'm still leaning towards them as the legacy of it, but then again, there could be a lot of pressure to maintain the standards of last season.
Well, difficult to say. Maintaining, of course, with this new roster way up and swapping around, it is, of course, well, interesting with 3 leagues now. Of course, Max Taylor, of course, in that Warlock side, new to ERLS, with a rough DSN of about 150, peak MMR of 1550 from my memory. So quality player there, and the rest of the team are approximately about that. So near enough a GC team without the tag, so it should provide some quality upsets in this.
Yes, but I never count any team out, and this, for me, opening day, this could go either way for me, because on the opening day, you never know what anyone's bringing to the table. You never know how people have got in the off season. It's a whole new world.
Well, a whole new world as well. But speaking about the whole new world, Bad Karma Esports new, of course, little bit of history. Blue being the only player returning back, and rumoured has it he's even older than us two, Viking. He's back from season 1, so should be intriguing enough, of course, with Shamrock Esports as the season 3 pro champions, but they're without violence this time round. So the lack of experience with teammates, is it going to be an issue, or will it be experience coming through this time?
In my well, sorry to put it in a strange way, but in my experience doesn't always count for everything, particularly when, say, it's a new season, new tricks, new skills, new players. Experience can be overcome by a few tricks, a few sneaky plays. Opening day can give us anything, really. So,
well,
wait and see.
Well, experience potentially might be beneficial, might not be, but the opening day, well, we have got all the players into the lobby, Vikings. So, before the players join in, any predictions, or is it up to the gods in this one?
This one for me is impossible to call without any background knowledge on these teams as they are right now. We can speculate on the individual players, but we haven't seen them in their teams yet, so let's just enjoy.
Well, let's just enjoy. Best of 5 if anybody is new to the EuroRL series. And speaking about new, finally, we will see after a small extension to break the first kickoff, the challenger will just
starts off with a whiff there. So interesting play.
Interesting play. Dijon had an attempt. Axel to the middle, but it will be Leon. The tree with an attempt. Eclipse to the side. And Max Taylor with a decent pinch. And other than that, as you said, a mass murder. Just neither of the two teams seeing each other.
Just centers it. Good block there. That could be dangerous though. Oh yes. Lovely aerial.
And there we are, the opening goal here of the challengers. And it will
Orange
be
team managed to get themselves in a bit of a mess there going out.
Well, as you said, bit of mess, but 1-0. Second kickoff going to be vital with a bit of momentum. Mutz, referred to as the nice guy, but he's going to have to get a little bit more aggressive if he's going to try to get this goal back. Dijon to the side. Taylor in the net.
Again. Lovely clear on blue. Can he finish? Just wide.
Well, just wide. Dijon with an attempt from the side. Mutz will be running around. 2 misses. Axel at the move at the ball, wiggling left and right, trying to confuse the defense.
The opportunity was there, but the reactions were not. It's a shame.
It's just a shame. Leon the tree, still with an attempt going backwards instead of forwards. Dangerous to play, but Mutz carries the ball. Taylor with an attempt, and Leon the tree pops it over 2. This could be building up, but the third man in the team of blue, the Warlocks,
Axel's running it himself. Good look, that's a lovely play.
Lovely play, 2-0. 90 seconds gone. The Warlocks dominating. They are the defending champions, of course, in the Masters division. So it's nice to see a bit of quality sprinkled down in the lowers.
Shadow seem to be getting caught out by aggressive plays here, and they keep getting caught out of position quite a lot. And that's dangerous again. Defensively, Shadow are struggling right now.
Struggling at the seams, 3-0. Near enough 2 minutes gone in the opening game. And it will be the Warlocks who are looking to win with a bit of style in this first game on stream. We've already had a few results coming in, but while that is the case, we do have that Discord and website down below if anybody's intrigued to find out more. But it will be Dijon onto the ball.
Lovely touch there. Shadow back in the game, but it's gonna be a long road. Long road to get back up equal now.
I say along the road, 2 goals.
2 goals is the world away sometimes in these games.
And we'll find out the
Double commit there.
Warlocks.
Oh, that's dangerous again. Defensive positioning once again, letting Shadow down.
Well, while it is the case, Axel went through the 3-man there. Finally, Leon the 3 first beaten. And that's left 3 minutes still in the clock. 4 goals the deficit. That's usually the sign at the first game trickling away, but we'll
Shadow are facing a massive mental challenge now. Oh, that's going to help though. That's an unfortunate deflection in there by the goalkeeper. Leon just squeezes it in behind. Shadow in there still.
Still in it. 2 goals separating now. Of course, while that is the case, the Warlocks looking for an attempt, and we'll just see Leon the tree from the side drops it straight down. Dijon 20 still having an attempt. Eclipse from the side, and it'll just be passed around. Mutz will just cut it out. Taylor to the side. He'll just find a teammate. Hopefully takes a pass 1 second. From Shadow not biting. Axel will get the clear, and to Taylor off the crossbar, and it could have easily been 5-2.
The passing plays so far have been absolutely beautiful from Warlocks. But that's dangerous defending again. Lots of attacking plays so far, but defending across both teams has been shaky at best. Positioning again, Axel blocking his own teammates' clearance. Again, this is there. That kind of mistake at this level, it's going to get a goal.
Yeah, gets a goal, 4 goals to 3, and out of nowhere, the Warlocks was comfortably cruising in the opening game on stream here at the EuroRocketLeagueSeries, but they're finding themselves a bit of pressure. Now with a 1-goal lead, it could be vanquished here, and it will be 4 goals apiece.
And that is going to have a massive mental blow on Warlocks here. That's the kind of goal you just never want to concede in a game. Least of which a league game. Ooh.
You speak about conceding, in this instance here, they have conceded factually 4 on the bounce with no response. They're trying to find an answer here, Viking, but how are they going to do it a little bit more sharper in defence ideally, but their offence has been pleasant when they've got it.
Yes, but there's quite a lot of overcommitting and panicking when it comes to the back. Yeah, there we go. Most clear very safely there. But unfortunately, every clearance goes to the opposite team. There's no deliberate... Yeah, there. See, that's the kind of clear they need. Solid, away. Oh. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to own goals here. This is... Okay.
Here we are with Eclipse now chasing this ball down. We've seen 1 or 2 attempts. Taylor from the side, it's into the middle. Axel beaten. Dijon to Mutz. The net is wide open. The shot not being connected, and suddenly Taylor looking for the counter. Leon the tree whips it to the side, and that 60 seconds warning is going to ring in your ears. But neither of the 2 sides looking to get that goal quickly. Seems to be playing for OT the way that's the opening game so far has been.
Eclipse going for the goalie harassment there as well, which could be a valid strategy at this point, considering the holes in both defenses. Oh, that's dangerous. Just away. Axel up the wall, but Leon is going to clear that down. John's on this. Chips it away, but he's getting bumped around. Very dangerous there. Axel couldn't quite get a hold of that, but if he had done that, it would be game over.
As you said, game over. Taylor with 10 seconds less than that. The Warlocks searching for that golden goal. Apparently, Axel's just in defense all alone. Shadow all three
Dangerous
committed.
Very dangerous plays there.
And for the first time, we do go into OT. Warlocks were the favourite. And Leon the tree.
Oh, an open net to finish it. That is an unexpected ending to this game after everything that's gone through. And Warlocks just leave their net undefended right at the end. That's a shock.
Well, as a shock, as you said, the Warlocks conceded. It's been a high goals scoring affair. 5 goals to 4. And it just seems to be no response onto this one now. So in game 2, Viking, what needs to improve?
There's a lot of offensive play. You said there's defensive play is fantastic so far. You can see here the shot count speaks for itself. I mean, there's 9 shots to Warlocks. Oh, sorry, 9 shots to Shadow and 8 shots to Shadow Warlocks. Sorry, apologies. But it's defensive stats that are pretty poor here. Most of the shots haven't actually been saved. They've been just unfortunately missed off the post, or it shows the defenses on both sides are shaky at very, very best, and they need to concentrate on that defense to get any kind of result out of this now.
Yeah, they need a response, but benefit is best of 5, of course. They've got a bit of time to work on to the response. The Warlocks down 1-0 into the series. We'll see if they can get back into it. Well, that is the case. We do see the players taking their time, not joining straight away, so must be taking that extra moment to get their comms in order, which seems to be the issue, especially in the Warlocks.
And that result has to really hurt more than usual. They were 4-1 up. They had the game in the bag. Like you said, it was game over at that point, really. And somehow they still managed to let it slip away. That kind of blow to your ego is not one that's easily overcome.
Not overcome, but 5 minutes. They can maybe salvage something out of this one.
Straight in 3 seconds.
Bish, Bish and Bong, it goes away, and Axel will be looking favourable with this one. Dijon, Mutz, dangerous, but 1 goal to the Warlocks, but we've seen them concede before.
No. This could be dangerous, but it's away. Again, Orange are once again scrambling back to the net. It's a sight we've seen many times this match so far. Luckily this time, nothing comes of it.
Well, nothing. Maybe Leon the tree whispering around the back, trying to look forward. Dijon moving back. We'll just be whippering away at the ball. Taylor with an attempt. There'll be Axel moving down. Dijon onto the backboard. And it will be Eclipse with an attempt and skies it to the roof, and nobody following it up. Just seems to be the Warlocks holding a bit of pressure this time round.
Yeah, the Shadow team is clumping up quite poorly in some cases. Most shots I see them in the net, they are all trying to defend every ball sometimes, and it leads to chaos. That is an open, unguarded net. That's a surprise. That caught me off guard, actually, because I didn't expect that to be unguarded. Axel just came too far forward there. That is a genuine shock.
Well, 3 minutes 46, and the Warlocks once again conceding when it was unnecessarily to do so. Taylor to the side, a quick attempt, but Dijon blocks it. Eclipse to the side. Mutz will be rattling around. Axel's forced to the go up with Dijon pushing to the side, and Leon the tree vanquish the pressure, and a passing play from the Warlocks, but caused a double commit. I'll just see the pressure building back equally into the middle now.
We have put some of this down to the opening day jitters. These teams haven't had much competitive practice together. Obviously, they would have trained in competitive ranked before this, but you're always going to get some overlap, some shaky teamwork here. That's what we've seen so far. Individually, fantastic plays, but teamwork has been shaky all night. And once again, there's an open net. That's the second time this game. Open net there.
Shocking for the Warlocks. 2 goals conceded, as the Viking says, through Netherlands at the back, but 2 minutes 51. The Warlocks again gets the kick-off, favouring immediate pressure. Once again, it's almost like it's repeating deja vu. Funny enough, might see a trick here and there, but Dijon from the back. Axel will be there. Leon the tree will just be trying to force this one to go through.
Leon forced through, all right, but he forced through Eclipse, unfortunately. Now, the ball has rarely hit the ground so far. It is a very aerial game so far. Eclipse is trying lots of one-man plays. There's not a lot of passing game so far in this match. That could be something to focus on, because their best strengths in the first match came from their passing plays. That's a lovely demo there from Axel.
Lovely demo.
Unfortunate landing there.
The Warlocks feigning each other, but unfortunately, a little bit physical, intimate at the back. Taylor scrambling away. Leon the tree passes to the middle. Mutz once again feigning the side of the netting, but the wrong side of it. Leon the tree alone. The Warlocks maybe smelling a bit of blood at the net here, trying to pray into that one. Leon the tree.
You have to wonder if the pressure is getting to Eclipse a little bit. That's the third or fourth aerial he's missed. Oh, there's another one. He's missing his aerials quite regularly now. I have to wonder if the psychological effect is hitting him.
Is it? But Axel trying to feign an attempt here or there. Leon the tree gets the double commit. How good is the mentality of the Warlocks now? They've been demoed at the back. Taylor with the save. It's Leon the tree breaking as quickly as he could. Mutz to drop it down. Taylor sweeps at the ball, side to side, shuffling the ball now. The shadow lurking in the Warlocks, being the thorn into their sides. Leon, the tree, another little attempt, but Dijon, a bump on the keeper, but 2 goals to 1 against the Warlocks. They're the ones requiring to feign the equaliser.
Yeah, they're really struggling to get out of their own half right now. That's the first time we've seen Aniette back down their half again. They need to make solid clearances. They need to clear players. They need to get in the box. Right now, they're under too much pressure, and if they keep knocking, they're going to get in.
Trying to keep it in. Dijon removes any chances here. Taylor at the back. He's just got one touch. The second's good enough. It's a shot. Leon the tree. Oh!
Oh, from experience, those are horrible to try and save. So, fantastic shot. Kudos to Leon for making the connection with that, but there was no hope there.
Well, no hope. Might be fancying their chances against both of these two teams, but sadly, the Warlocks might be facing another OT. It's 2 goals apiece in the second game down in the series. Mutz with an attempt. It's straight across the box. And once again, for the second time in the new season, we have reached OT.
That's dangerous. Oh, an Eclipse cannot clear it. Positioning, once again, the greatest villain of this match so far. Eclipse scrambling back to net to try and save that, but he was not getting to that. And that's the end of game 2. Looking very bad for Warlocks right now.
Seems to be, as you said, not looking good for the Warlocks, but so somebody in chat saying best redirect of the season so far. I think so, Viking, after that one.
Yeah, he won't think so, I'm pretty sure. Eclipse had a unfortunate game that game. I counted 3 or 4 whiffs on the aerials, which is unlike him from the first game I saw. I think maybe he's getting first day jitters here a little bit. But we'll have to see if he can pull it round and rescue this series.
Well, rescue the series, best of 5, and suddenly a reverse sweep on the cards of the Warlocks will be required to get their chance of getting the series win. And their GM Brias, I heard somebody saying he's pulling his hair, head in his hands, but Viking, I think he'd be shouting on his team for a disappointing performance.
Yes, they have a mountain to climb now, and frankly, they've made it for themselves. Take nothing away from Shadow, but Warlocks have been the victims of their own play at this point. They have to do something special now to bring this back.
The victims are now being sandwiched at their own back right now. Mutz was the original pressure. Axel's there, just moving the ball. One touch was nice, but Dijon getting a second. It's past 2, and Leon the tree with a tap-in.
And once again, the double commit is the Warlocks' ruin. This is a team that has not had enough time to play together yet. There's so many double commits, so much overlapping. It's what's causing them the worst grief right now.
Worst grief? Well, looking bleak, it's looking dangerous, it's looking horrible. Warlocks was stuck in their defence. He'll see the ball return again. Leon the tree. We've seen 1 goal from him in the 3rd and potentially last game that the Warlocks will be seeing tonight. Taylor to Axel. Nice 1-2. Mutz with the clear. Leon blocked. Eclipse was the one who's causing the pressure finally for the Warlocks. But Shadow's just moving this ball too easily until that moment there where the Warlocks whispered away an ideal chance.
Yeah, Shadow hold all the cards right now, but they cannot afford to get complacent here.
Complacency.
And this is a lot of pressure. This is a lot of pressure from Warlocks right now, but they just haven't got that final touch to put it through.
Final touch, Mutz to Eclipse. As Vikings said, they haven't seemed to find it. They haven't been clinical enough. Axel's just passed it effectively to Dijon. The opposition hasn't picked up the boost, lacking the options now. Pops it once, pops it twice. Beaten off to the ball. Taylor will be there. Leon the tree will just retreat back. Mutz to sweep in. Dijon 20 with a touchdown. 3 minutes remaining in game 3, and the Warlocks has found the equalising goal.
Yes, there's a lot of very soft touches there. Dijon's tap down was way too soft. Mutz cannot clear the ball away, and that's always going to be a goal. They cannot afford to get complacent now. Warlocks are not the kind of team that you could afford to take too lightly.
Taylor of the attempt. We just saw a demo removed. Eclipse with a touch to the side. Leon the tree will just tap it to Axel. It's a pop straight up. Leon the tree scrambling and pressure, and suddenly the Warlocks kicking into a bit of spirit now. Taylor bangs that ball, but was closer to Pluto than the net. 2 minutes and 40 still remains in game 3, and we could maybe, just maybe, have the 3rd OT as well.
This is Warlock's actually keeping a decent amount of pressure right now, but see, there's no one to follow that up, and it's going to waste it again. It does seem that Shadow have taken their foot off the pedal just a little bit here. They really cannot afford to do that. Often that 3rd game is the hardest one to close out for this exact reason.
Is white line favor causing the Warlocks to maybe get a lifeline in this one here? Taylor with a poor attempt, popped it up once. Being unpressured here. We've seen the last 2 games that Shadow has been doing that. Leon the tree finally had an attempt. Dijon just finding the top right, and Eclipse backboards. Mutz is there. That's building and building. Leon the tree just seeing the ball guiding across. Dijon with an attempt, axe to the side, and the Warlocks. Ooh, how many lives have they used up this series? They've just got away with one goal apiece. 1 minute 20 remains in game 3.
Yeah, they got to count themselves lucky that didn't go in. Oh, but so far their pressure has resulted in nothing. The Shadow have, well, a lot less pressure, I think, but their pressure seems to have had more effect. They have more close chances than Warlocks have. Again, dangerous defending there, and that's going in. The soft touches, the dangerous defending, it's the theme of this entire match so far. That was a very poor touch there from Taylor.
Well, 2-1. The Warlocks, the top team of the entire division last season, was the victorious winners after grueling 4 months. Unfortunately, the challengers not living up to the hype that was set upon them. Axel's there, and a bump like that, but Leon the Tree, the saviour for Shadow, Dijon, moving the ball into the corner, time wasting exercise. 30 plus seconds, and Axel snipes it to Mutz. Taylor with an attempt, and it's another equaliser.
That's the kind of play they got to pull off. Axel there, beeline, straight for the keeper. Leon had no choice but to jump or be demoed. There was nothing they could do about that at all. That was lovely play there from Warlocks. That's the first time I've seen them properly act as a team in quite a long time.
Warlocks.
Dangerous there.
Looking to get back into this one, and they have just found the miracle.
So a close look at that one. Yes. John actually ends up tipping it just over Mutz. Oh, I hope he doesn't regret that later. Warlocks could take this. This could be the beginning of something beautiful. Unless Shadow can pull off something magical here. But it doesn't seem like it. Taylor looks to run down the clock in the air. You go for one last style? That's going to be a game over. So, Warlocks have pulled themselves back into this. It's a very thin lifeline, but a lifeline all the same.
As is it, thin lifeline, 2-1 in the series, the Warlocks. Very much scrappy series that has been provided for us here, Viking, but they got a goal through a Mutz error that got them the lead, so where did it go right for them?
Well, I think Shadow just literally took the foot off the pedal completely. You can see the stats, they speak for themselves. They had 2 shots of the entire game compared to 10. 7 saves. Mutz was a one-man wall as long as he could be, but when you're under that much pressure and that much attack, you're not going to get any results. Much better from Warlocks, much more pressure, much more dominance in that game.
Well, much better in the terms, of course, to the viewers who have turned out tonight. Lovely to have you here. While it is the case, we do have our second game tonight. And our big man Solar's coming in for that one, Viking, so it should be a good series as well. So don't think they should be tuning off just as the Warlocks and the Shadows could be finished off here.
Yeah, so I'm not writing off anything just yet. Warlocks actually had a fantastic game there, and Shadow have, again, this is the mental game all over again, because that loss is going to hurt them more than it really should do. So this could be another Warlocks upset here.
Another upset, but the Warlocks facing, of course, a loss in their opening game already of the new season. Axel with an attempt, Leon the Tree beaten too easily. Mutz is up defensive wall, 5 saves from the last game. It's Leon the Tree still going a man. Unit that he is there. Mutz back in defense. Eclipse already waiting, passes deep into the midfield. It could be too loose. Mutz to Leon the Tree. He's chasing that one down, but Taylor drops it straight down, and the soft touches seem to be returning once again.
Yes, those soft touches are, well, always dangerous. Although that one he seemed to have a backup for, but again and again we've seen just gentle touches like this again. Almost a goal there for Warlocks on the back of a very, very dainty touching goal. That could be in. Can't finish it though. That's dangerous now going down to their end.
Well, Looking dangerous. Baldus down, stagnating into the middle. Leon the tree pinches and drops it straight down to Taylor and Dijon. Oh.
Read like a book on that one. Mitch Taylor cannot quite, or Max Taylor cannot quite get that away solidly. And Eclipse is left to try and clean up, but his hit was red all the way.
Well, all the way, the Warlocks looking to be sent with a loss. If the Shadow side who can keep this up, as Vikings said earlier, put their foot off the pedal in Game 3. Game 4, they found the opening goal. Leon the tree, a pass maybe, but he goes all alone, a solo play. But Eclipse and Taylor working together to keep this deficit down by 1. Dijon to the side, a bump onto the second man. Mutz will just get an attempt, and Eclipse with a vital demo and allows the Vikings to break free.
The Vikings.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah, it should be a brilliant name.
Okay, Eclipse away. Can he center it? He cannot get on the end of that. Eclipse's last touch has been failing him since around Game 2 so far. And once again, Warlock's being pushed back. There's definitely some team play issues here within Warlocks. They need to iron these out. Taylor seems to be holding everything together so far, but Eclipse and Axel seem to be overlapping more than a few times now, and it's really costing them.
Could be costly, this play here, and Taylor once again, saviour of that one, but Eclipse with a peach of a pass, 2 minutes and 21, and the Warlocks looking to be marching.
And again, that goalie harassment seems to be the go-to tactic there for Warlocks. By the looks of it, there was definitely a bit of a shunt there from Axel. Seems to be his go-to tactic right now.
Go-to tactic, Taylor to the side, Mutz has been putting away. Axel with an attempt, gets a pass 1, offensive player Dijon back again for the Shadow side. Eclipse is beaten, it's a 2v1, but Taylor goes alone in the Warlock thing, the breakaway goal.
Taylor has been the linchpin of the Warlocks team tonight, at least. He's the one that's most reliable, hitting, saving, shooting, the whole match. It just now, if his team can back him up, keep supporting him, I think they can pull off a massive upset here.
Massive upset. The Warlocks down 2-0 in the series terms. Eclipse misses that one, and suddenly that 2-1 lead might be a little bit shaky, but enough to see it 2 apiece. And it will be Eclipse to the side. Leon the tree going from the wall, the ceiling. He's using every pixel of this game has the offer to him. Dijon blocked. It will be Eclipse from the back. A slow little drop. Mutz will just block and beat this ball closer to the Warlocks half. But it's not working just yet. 1 minute 20.
Yeah, the soft touches again away. Every time there's a soft touch from Warlocks, Shadow are on it like a bullet. But individual skill levels, I'm still rating Warlocks higher, but I think Shadow have the team play more together, so it's a matter of which wins out, really. Individual skill or team tactics here.
The tactics for the Warlocks seems to right now be panicking in defense. They've got it way through one man. Leon the tree, a quick little pop. Taylor drops it down. It will be Leon the tree who has to block, and Mutz rotating back in, gets the 100 boost. What can he do with it? Not much as Dijon from Shadow required to save him from that one with 30 seconds. Shadow chasing the second goal, the finish, and trying to get a third OT in the series.
Yeah, Warlocks have the psychological edge right now. Shadow know they only got 1 to win, take the whole thing, but that's also a massive mental block when you've only got 1 left. And I don't think they're going to recover this game unless something magical happens here.
Something magical, Dijon.
That could be too far over. That's down. So 2-2 in the series. And you have to put the favorites as Warlocks right now based on the last 2 games. There's been some inconsistent play from Shadow. I mean, Mutz last time led his team in saves. So this game, he actually failed to register a single marker on the scoreboard, which is a big shock. John holding up his team there. But again, Taylor is the linchpin of the Warlocks. If the other 2 can keep him supported, I have no reason to believe they can lose this next game.
Well, no reason. But while it is the case, and before I ask you the question, Viking, well, it is the case if you are new to the EuroRL series. What an opening game! Let's go on to the side. If you enjoyed what you have been seeing, don't forget to follow. You can see Brian's the GM at the Warlocks getting nervous, but the reverse sweep onto the cards. And Viking, is the reverse sweep going to happen?
Well, now we're into the decider. Anything goes, really. Until now, Shadow have been against the wall because they had to finish off that last game and they could not get there. Now, they're both in the same box, really. Before, Warlocks had nothing to lose. Now, they make mistakes. It could cost them the entire match series, and they know it. They have a chance to win this, but that puts all the more pressure on them. They have to play out of their skins now to make sure this goes well.
Skins, the deciding game already in the new season. And it will be the Warlocks and Shadow having the honour of that. But Dijon with attempt 2 blocks from the Warlock side. Leon the tree trinkles the ball to the side, just getting wiggled away by X to Taylor from the Warlocks. 3 blocks at Dijon. A little sniping shot. Mutz, whoa, who couldn't save last game, scores in the opening.
Oh, that's much better from Shadow straight away. They come out the gate swinging. And the positional problems Warlocks have had earlier in the series have come back yet again. Complete chaos in the defensive line there.
Complete chaos. The last
that's very dangerous. Oh. Once again, more defensive chaos. I mean, we had to put this down to being the opening day. They haven't had time to practice together, but those soft hits, again and again, we've seen them cost goals.
Cost goals tied 1 apiece. 5 games will be played out already, and it will be the Warlocks who are the side with momentum, winning game 3 and 4. But Dijon looking and snipes it. What a shot that was!
That was a beautiful read there. Eclipse, unfortunately, the receiving end of a dunk for the, well, multiple times this series so far. But that was a fantastic read there. You can't take it away from Shadow.
Couldn't take it away. 4 minutes and 20. There was the goal. And Shadow breathing a sigh of relief. Leon, the tree, win defense. Mutz, no, misses that one. Is it the day of nerves? Shaken in defense now. It's Mutz removed from the field. Taylor with it clear down to the backboard. It will be Dijon pushing it to the side. Eclipse tipping it high up, but it'll be awkward for Leon the tree, who passes it midfield, but it's dangerous as Axel from the Warlock side pops one side at the netting, but it will be Taylor who will have the closest attempt so far.
Oh, you definitely get the impression that the defenses have just turned off with this game. It's all going attack, attack, attack. Every time. I mean, the goals have been good, but the defenses have always been subpar every time we see a goal.
Subpar. 2 goals apiece now. The deciding game shaky between the two. We've already seen the opening game go 4 goals apiece before that OT, and Taylor will look to remove that even hint of a possibility. Once again, battering this ball anywhere on Shadow's backboard. Leon, the tree now to the side. A quick one, past one at least. Axel from the middle of the field, dropping the ball to the Shadow top. And it will be Dijon with a quick counter attempt.
Yeah, a rare miss from Taylor there. Dangerous ball in. Managed to rescue it though. Again, team play is lacking a bit in Warlocks. There's an overlap there. That's dangerous. And that's a beautiful team play there. I take back everything I just said. That's a lovely pass there from Eclipse. Shadow's defense, again, caught napping a little bit, but fantastic pass.
Warlocks. How many teams in this Euros RL series have we said they have won the series? How many times have we said they've won the championship? They may be looking for the comeback of the season already in the Challenger League, but Axel to the side, looking for a bit of a cushion into the lead. Dijon whips one to the side. The Shadow defense breaks onto the offense now. Leon the Tree leading that offense, but Taylor whips it away, and Bryce, the GM for the Warlocks, will be breathing, panting now with 2 minutes and 30 and under now in this deciding game, and it could come down to the wire.
Yes, there's even though there's 2 minutes left, there's a decided feeling of panic here from Shadow. They know they have to do something really special to get past this team now. Warlocks are going to defend with everything they've got at this point. They cannot afford to let another lead slip away.
The lead of 1 goal could be slipping. That's a lovely fake, and it's an empty net and crossbar. Cruel, rejected, but surely the most foolish of all decisions tonight. And Shadow with an attempt onto the counter. It's been diabolical so far between the two sides. 3 goals to 2. The Warlocks scratching their heads, surely.
Yeah, you got to say that's a perfect example of the team just not syncing up properly. That should have been a pass at any given point, but went for the individual shot, and unfortunately that might come back to haunt them later on, or might now.
Oh, nearly. Eclipse just whipping that ball away, not even given a chance for the Shadow side to recuperate. Axel with an attempt on a target, but Taylor following it, sniping bottom left. 2 committed from Shadow, and the pass originally from Eclipse wasted, swandered. Leon the Tree to Dijon, who's going backwards instead of forwards. 1 minute remaining, Viking, and this game 5 is on a knife edge.
Oh, it's not over till the fat lady sings this one. But you have to say Warlocks look more comfortable. Oh, that could be a lifesaver there from Dijon. That could be the greatest save of his life.
Well, is it? Well, we'll see how in terms of the season plays out, how important it was. It's early days. Season 4 literally has just kicked off tonight. Dijon with an attempt, a block, and Motson on the Tree double commits. Dijon has to play this to perfection unless he wants to concede, and a pass midfield. And the Warlocks, one last attempt to waste time now. 10 seconds counting down. 5 now when Axel beats Mutz to the ball. Dijon has to clear it. It's down to the line. Leon the Tree, 1 attempt, and he hasn't scored. It will be the Warlocks with a reverse sweep in the opening nights.
Well, I think there's no questions now. They are carrying the mantle well. Shaky, but it worked out in the end. I think it was much. There was an opportunity there right at the end. He's going to be kicking himself for days to come. It looked like he got bumped slightly, but you have to think he could have got something on that, anything on that, and it puts it straight in the net. Well, you can't take anything away from Warlocks. They went right down, came right back up again, and that kind of mental fortitude is impressive by any means.
Well, mental fortitude impressive, but Viking, that's our first game on stream closed and done. Ooh, plenty more games to go.
Oh God, if they're all like that, I might not survive the whole season.
Well, I hope you so far enjoy the opening night here. Warlocks and Shadow going to the wire. 3-2 onto the series on the night. If you've enjoyed so far what you've been liking, 1 click away from the follow here on Twitch, or if you want to follow on Twitter, of course, the official ERLS bot, and you can use that website to see some of the great things coming up. But coming up next, it will be Bad Karma Esports versus the Shamrock Esports side, and funny enough, the Epic LAN player himself and caster will be joining into the casting booth on that one. Unfortunately, who's it going to be dropping out? Well, there's only one way to find out. and that's by staying tuned. But so far, that's been, of course, the Cowardly Viking. I've been Danny Boy ATM. We're going into a quick break. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Euros RL series. Small little problem within the casting booth there. We just heard one of the caster has taken violently ill there, so it will be myself returning back. And Viking, welcome back for the second series, and we'll see. And well, an interesting series here at the Challengers.
Yes, thank you. I promise I didn't poison anyone to get back in here, but I'm glad to be back. And yes, we'll have to see if this match lives up to the first one, because that was a cracker of a first game. Warlocks coming back with a reverse sweep over Shadow. Definitely some first day shaky defenses and shaky team play. I kind of expect to see a bit more of the same in this match, but we'll have to see how much practice they got before the season started.
Well, the season's starting as well. Ooh, what a team lineup. We've got the Shamrocks returning back from Season 3. And of course, Bad Karma Esports new in the grand scheme of things. So, same like last time, Viking, a bit of the unknown or first day jitters.
I'm expecting jitters from both teams like before, but again, Bad Karma are an unknown quantity in this. Shamrock have a bit of pedigree in some way, but again, it's too early to tell in the season. Fresh teams, fresh rosters, and already dangerous there.
Well, new pedigree, new rosters. Bad Karma playing into the blue with Patrick Kraz and Noon. Shamrock in the orange with Troll, Aspect and Ace. But it will just be the simple case of Aspect waiting for Patrick to drop it straight down. 30 seconds gone. Patrick with an attempt straight down. Aspect, getting a decent touch. It's wonderful to see them building a little bit of pressure. We saw how deadly the defense was on the offense last time round. Aspect popping the ball high, and we'll just see this ball trickling down, lacking in the speed and accuracy. But two men went up for it, however. 1 minute gone, 0-0.
Yes, and as we speak, Aspect is a beautiful redirect in the air. I was just about to say that both the offense and defense there had double commits involved. Aspect was a bit of goal hanging there, but it paid off in the end. Lovely pass, lovely goal. And now Bad Karma have got it against them.
Up against them. Aspect to the side. Kuzzle to the side. And we'll also see Troll popping the ball, using the backboard as the method of choice. Newton to the side. It'll be Ace to play this ball up and down. But Patrick in defense. Aspect running around like a madman. Gets past two, in fact. Pops it backwards to Troll. And it's worked out lovely. Newton drops it straight down. And the team in blue, Bad Karma, living a little bit on the edge. But they're down 1-0 as well. Searching to tie this straight up. And this could be a beaut. But it's just rattled away. But he somehow squeezed it through. 1 goal apiece.
If you look at the feed on that one, it was shot, save, shot in a space of about 1 second. How that went in, I'll never know. But it is in, and Bad Karma are even against all the odds there.
Against the odds, 1 goal apiece. Back and forth perhaps, but opening game for them as well. And it could be the case of the teams not quite gelling, but the Bad Karma side just leaving it to the last possible second. Patrick moving down, Troll with an attempt. Aspect will be there. Troll just whipping the ball to the side and just finding the teammate. Shamrock using that bit of pedigree they have, but 2 minutes and 50, still tied, 1 goal apiece.
Lovely control in the air from Troll. But yeah, we're seeing some very shaky plays, some double commits. Again, one more as I speak. Opportunities there maybe for Troll, but he didn't want to take it. And that could be risky. Character Vase just gets a clear away there, but very shaky again. Shamrock have a bit of breathing space here. What can they make of it? Oh, a beautiful control there by Trollflux. Just cradled it on the belly of his car right into the net.
Well. It seems to be the pedigree Shamrock having, well, that momentum swing favouring them after a flippery set. 2-1, 2 minutes and 15 in this opening game. Shamrock looking the favourite now, but he's to the side, popping it round. Noon drops it. Trollflux with an attempt, and we'll just see Patrick just having a tinkle at the ball, trickling and just testing and probing the defence. Patrick pops it high, Aspect to drop it straight down using the wall. Cads with a beauty of a pass, using the ground as well as the pinch method. As to Case, and Trollflux will rotate all the way back with not even a shot taken on, of course, the side in blue. Bad Karma.
Yeah, it says some hanging balls here, very dangerous. Troll has been the outstanding player so far. He's been leading this team. A technical skill you can't ignore. Shaky defense here from Bad Karma. Again, very dangerous. Just scraped away, but still could have easily been a goal once again. Right now, it's all offense, all offense, all offense. Defense, once again, is taking a backseat to this. Soft touch away. Rescue, thankfully. Control finish this. So close, but yet so far.
So far, but it's Patrick letting that ball run. Trollflux will just get this ball into the middle. His teammate to help him out. It will be Noon back again into defense, but he's missed it straight away. Patrick, a bit of confusion now, rattling away, and we can just see the team Shamrocks looking to see the opening game for them. All the so much being tipped away. The team of sand trickling down. 20 seconds and under. Noon pops it straight up. Patrick will be there trying to search for the second. Crizzle is there, but Trollflux beats the ball away. 10 seconds down, and it will just seem to be a waste of time, as unfortunately for them, Shamrock takes the opening game.
Shamrock refusing to let it die. This has to be the end. Shamrock take the first game, and right now you have to favour them for the series. They're looking much more cohesive as a team. You can tell they've definitely put some practice hours in together for this. The shot count is just overwhelming right now. 11-3. And they haven't had to make a single save in the entire game. You have to favour Shamrocks right now. That pedigree is really shining through.
Well, we talk about pedigree, but Bad Karma, 5 saves. It was only a 1-goal game now. So a bit more tighter in defense surely would be the question.
Yes, I mean, once again, like the first match, we're seeing double commits, we're seeing overlaps, we're seeing team bumps in many cases from both teams fairly, but Bad Karma seem to be suffering the worst of these.
Well, the worst of these, Shamrocks leads 1-0 against Bad Karma, the opening night in Season 4 at the EuroRocketLeagueSeries. And we could see potentially this game going into the sweep, but we said that before. But what can happen here? Bad Karma straight into the lobbies, no waiting around for them, looking for redemption.
Shamrocks maybe apply a little bit of delay tactics, psychological damage there on the delay. But Bad Karma, nothing to lose at this point. Unlike the other teams tonight, they are completely fresh. A chance to show what they can do. That should have possibly been a goal there, but it could not quite connect. The Sharks have plenty of time to deal with this. Does not deal with it very well, but luckily no blue players there waiting in the end. And Trollflux again, lovely control in the air, does not quite make it count this time. Oh, you hate to see that. Patrick can't blame himself too much for that. That was a lovely shot here from Aspect. Positioning again, shaky from Bad Karma. They really have to nail that down Otherwise, this is going to be a sweep and a half.
Sweep and a half potential, but yes, with attempt straight out to the backboard. It'll keep Kraz moving the ball straight to Noon. Lateral passings, and Kraz once again. Yes, pops it up to Flux will be there, of course, for the Shamrock side. Aspect to Ace. 1-2 connections working well. A second touch straight in, and 2-0. And the Shamrock side's opening up with a zinger of a goal.
Yeah, you can see straight away the difference in the teams here. Aspect trusted Ace 100% to get that ball to him. And Bad Karma just have not got that team cohesion here to follow this up. They're relying on individual skill, which against a properly drilled team is just not going to work right now. Not at this level.
Well, the challengers a little bit more astute to what could be happening here. Crizzle being straight down block. Patrick slightly too much overextended. Aspect with a attempt, pops it straight through. Noon has left this one too much. Surely a fake once by his second time round. Just playing the dance against his opposition. Played them like a fiddle. But unfortunately for them, the Irish band not too favourable with the tunes.
I wouldn't tell that to Arl Island right now. They might have a word to say about that. But yeah, this is more of an exhibition now. Bad Karma cannot get any kind of real pressure going. They are constantly just fighting out. Ace is just running circles around them right now. There's definitely a bit of showmanship happening. And with 2 goals up, with this much pressure, it's hard to blame him.
Well, some would say showmanship, some would say disrespect. Yes, running circles. I think the pro players are doing ovals the way this is. Crizzle just leaves it for Patrick. 2 minutes and 30 approaching half of the game still left in, of course. The fate of the players, they still have a bit of work to do. A back pass from Crizzle to Noon. Backboard near closer to the corner. Aspect, poor touch here, but it will be beaten away. And it just seems to be going back and forth. The Shamrocks just holding on, but that 2-0 lead give them the cushion to play a little bit risky compared to their opposition.
Yeah, when you take them apart individually, Trollflux has got the technical skill, Aspect has got the sheer speed, and Ace has just got that beautiful ball control at slow speeds. They have the whole bag of tricks at their disposal. Karma just look like they are playing the same game, each one of them. And unfortunately, it's a bit too easy to read them right now. They're playing very standard play, and unfortunately right now, when you're playing a non-standard team, which Shamrocks definitely are right now, then you're never going to get a good result that way. Or at least it's very challenging too.
Well, the results so far would suggest Shamrock the favourite. Looking for that 3-0. Of course, only got one, maybe prematurely looking into that crystal ball, but is it working tonight? Patrick Crizzle just rotates away. Shamrock surely be glad to see that one middle of the field. It was straight to the right. Ace with now the pressure. Noon being cut off, and suddenly Shamrock looking a little bit scrappy. We haven't seen them in defense much, and a broken down. The first time of being truly asked. 2-1, Shamrock holding on.
Yeah, this is the thing. So far, Bad Karma have not been able to get any serious pressure on. The very first time in the whole series that Karma gets some real pressure, Shamrock's just collapsed. That was the shakiest defending I've seen all night from any of the teams.
Well shaken, but the Shamrock looking, of course, that little bit of lady luck tonight. Ace to the side. Noon beaten. One will be looking for a pass into the middle. Ace was searching for that. And it's just been taken away from him by his own mechanical weakness. Patrick with time onto the ball, beaten off by Ace. Noon is there. And suddenly, oh, the old rule connected between the two. Who will break it? And unfortunately for them, let's see if Bad Karma strikes for them.
Dangerous play here again. Karma need to get that ball away from their half, otherwise they are not going to come away from this. They're looking stronger than they were before, but it's too little too late here. And it's a Shamrock's game. So Shamrocks have nothing to lose going to the second game. Sorry, into the third game now. 2 up. And would you expect to see some more show-off behavior, you think, now with the two game advantage?
Well, if the Shamrocks are living that dangerous, yes, of course. But Viking, we saw last time that was 2-0 in the series. A reverse sweep happened. So is Black Karma going to settle down and realize they have a lot of work to do, but they're not the ones who have to prove the point?
Yeah, problem is, in the last game, in the last match, Shadow and Warlocks were actually pretty evenly matched across the board. There was no outstanding dominance anywhere. In this one, it's hard to see Karma coming back with a win from this, simply because they had a couple of shining moments in that game, but in reality, the only goal they got was because Shamrocks just collapsed in defense once. There was no great plays, there was no great skill showed off, and Shamrocks right now are just brimming with confidence, and it's really hard to see them throwing this away.
Hard to throw it away. Shamrocks are looking to take it in a 3-0 sweep. The second game on stream. Will Season 4 start in an ideal method for them? Or will it be?
My apologies.
And unfortunately, the cowardly Viking seems to be giving a bit more braver.
A small newbie error in that case. I have my absolute apologies there. Hopefully it won't affect the game too much.
Well,
I'll take my punishments for that later on. I am sure I'll never hear the end of that.
let's see if Shamrock can streak their way out of this one. They had an advantage of a 4th player, but Aspect to the drop. Flux will help out. Crazy will just have a little attempt, popping once, twice, and of course the opposition away. Noon to Patrick, and it will just creep on in. Only if the Viking was there. It's now 1-0.
If I was there, I would probably have blocked my own shot. Apologies again, folks. That was the natural instinct to join a game as soon as you see it. Just cannot be helped sometimes.
Oh, it's easy being retired. You don't know what hard to hit it anymore, but Noon misses an easy one. Aspect to the side and the kickoff. A little bit more of the usual suspects. Crazy will drop it down, but Flux and Aspect. Confusion. Is it a repeat like the Warlock series? Prior to this one, Aspect with the clear. Patrick to the pass and to the side. And suddenly Ace gets away with it. The troll Flux. We'll just see it no more to Noon and Aspect. 1, 2 touches, and maybe the 3rd that goes off to the backboard, but as defensive players are making this awkward. 3 minutes and near enough 30-odd seconds left. Shamrocks still down 1-0.
Yeah, Krasi there was left to circle around the ball. Fakes there from Ace. Almost gets it over. You still can't see holding on to this lead too long with defensive plays like this.
Can't hold it on.
Ace has just made a whopper of an error, but Trollflux is there to back him up, thankfully.
Well, couldn't hold it on. Mistakes here and there, but a sitter for Shamrock's gone big, and 1 player had an attempt. The 2nd as well. The 3rd. Looking so likely. Aspect with a decent block. Flux just to close this down. Good pressure building upon him. Noon to the side, 2 minutes and 55, and the Shamrocks, who was in cruise control, 2-0 in the series, down in the 3rd game, looking for that sweep, but it will be Patrick into the middle. Ace will be beaten. Oh, he gets a touch nonetheless, and it will be crucial into the wall. And Patrick, is he foolish? Is he dangerous? He's let Flux to block it. Noon taps it to the side. Half the game still to go. Shamrocks searching for at least 1 goal in game 3.
Oh, dangerous play there from Ace again. Definitely a bit of styling going on. They can't really afford that right now. They are 1 goal down. If they're not careful, this could go a horrible, horrible direction for them.
And the direction, Flux onto the ball. He'll go solo, and he's unfortunately didn't even do that. Crazy off to the side, Aspect missing, so has Patrick. Shamrock, another lifeline's been beaten wide to this team. Shamrock bumped off the wall, and it will be Aspect who was the sufferer, the victim. And Flux gives it to Aspect. He's been demoed once again. It's cruel, it's punishment being dished out, and Flux near enough snipes the bottom left corner for the Shamrock side. Aspect with a beauty of a pass to Flux once again. The Shamrocks might be playing lovely 1-2s, but with not that clinical finish, they are still 1-0 down in game 3.
Yeah, there's some definite trouble for Bad Karma here to control the ball, to get a proper solid hit on the ball. Shamrock are all over them like a rash at this stage, and it's proving harder and harder to get the ball even out of their own half. You see them colliding, you see them turning into each other. At this point, it's a matter of time, really, isn't it, until Shamrock score. But they've only got 45 seconds left, and that is not a lot of time where defending is this hard.
Not enough time. Aspect with a flick of dreams that would be, and an own goal effectively there with 31 seconds is left, and Shamrock's Esports looking for a 3-0.
Yeah, that was always coming. Bad Karma just could not clear their lines. They are parking the bus, and with a 1-0 lead, you just cannot get away with that. Particularly with an offensive team like Shamrock, they're always going to punish you for it.
Going to be punished. Bad Karma really living up to the name. What have they done in a past life? Ace tips it, fingertips effectively, just set that ball away. Crazy with a side of a glancing blow. Noon will be there. 1 goal apiece, 10 seconds, easily down to 5. Flux will chase it, so will Aspect, and all alone is Ace Patrick with a 3v1, and it doesn't go in game 3 into an OT.
You would have to hate to be on Karma's team right now. The tension must be absolutely brutal for them. The single fault here, the single mistake could end the entire series for them.
Could end it. Yes. To Aspects. The ball doesn't strut down, but Patrick's been bumped off to the ball. Crazy is there. Flux a little bit slow to respond to. From the Shamrock side, committed. Flux will just get one more touch away. Challenges Shirley. Ace, the saviour. Aspect with the triple. Shirley pops it in. No! Yes! It's a roller coaster of emotions as Shamrock has 3-0 Bad Karma.
Yeah, that for me just sums up the entire thing. Very bad luck there from Patrick, but Aspect has had that level of skill the whole night. Shamrocks deserve to win this right through. And yeah, there's nothing more to say about that. They have deserved it right from the start. They've been dominating. They've been all over Bad Karma, who just could not clear their lines and get any kind of control over the ball.
Couldn't get any control. Bad Karma. Or have they lived up to their name, or has the Shamrocks got lucky with that 3-0? We will find out how the season 4 plays up at Viking. First time in the casting booth. I'm sure here all the viewers have enjoyed the time here. Any words, of course, you want to give it to them?
Yes, apart from the random fan running onto the pitch in classical football style there, this has been a very interesting evening. First game, incredible tension there, swinging back and forth all the way to the end. Absolutely incredible opener. Shamrocks making their mark in this league right from the start here. They dominated this one and they set themselves up for a fantastic season. Karma need to come back from this. Shadow, they lost their first game, but they have no reason to be ashamed. They played their hearts out and they nearly came away with the win. Warlocks, again, made their mark. Just need to iron out those little bumps with the teamwork, and this could be one hell of a team for the future.
One hell of a team for the future. Well, the Challenger League, 2 games already down, plenty to go with 32 franchises. But that's been currently Viking. Solar was meant to join, and we wish him well. The return potentially on the Master Stream on Wednesday. Prospect will be streamed by No Hope, and you can see that. But if you join the Discord down below, you get all that information, or follow us, of course, at the official ERS, or you can also see it on YouTube as well. But while all that is said, the website has came out as well. So you can get all the results being put on there. Some wonderful reports by some great authors here at the Euros RL series. If you have been enjoying watching the action so far, click that follow button. One click away. It's free. It's harmless. But the franchises, they've got a lot of work to do. Who is going to impress? Who will take the Warlock's crown? Well, that's 4 months worth of work. Hope you're ready for the raid. Good night.